Just going to turn on. We're going to go to our safety high limit here, and we're going to come down, and we're going to go to our transformer. 120 in. We're going to have 16 volts out. We're going to go on pins 9 and 10, black and gray. All right, next we're going to set the potentiometer. It's 50k ohm for the lowest setting. 0 ohms would be the highest setting, so 10 would equal 0 ohms. So that would be an easy test. So we're coming off of these blue and orange wires right here. Okay, these can be jumpered out because we have 0 ohms at the highest setting. The thermistor, okay. And it's measuring the heat in the kettle. At room temperature, we get 100k ohms. As the temperature goes up, the resistance will decrease. We can't jumper this one out because we don't have 0 ohms as a reading because the wire would have that reading on it. The controller compares the resistance of the potentiometer to the resistance of the thermistor. If the thermistor has 3k ohm more than the potentiometer, 16 volts DC is sent from pins 6 and 8 to the R2Y relay, meaning that our red light is not on for our probe. Okay, so as long as we don't have a low water situation. On the water probe on pin 5. If there is no signal on pin 5, the red LED will come on, indicating a low water error. The white wire can be removed from the water probe and can be grounded. If the red LED comes off, there's an issue with the water probe. If the red LED stays on, there's an issue with the controller or the white wire from the water probe. Put a jumper between pins 5 and 7 to rule out the board, to rule out a bad probe wire. Okay, so if you go 5 to 7 and your red LED stays on, you have a bad board. If it comes off, you have a bad probe or a bad probe wire. It's just really hard to put a jumper in here. So generally I'll take off the white wire and ground it to the chassis. So off of pins 6 and 8, we're going to send power to our RY2 relay. Power is also going to be sent to pin 3 for the green LED. So if the green LED is on, most likely the RY2 relay coil has power. And this is very important for troubleshooting because if you have that green LED on, you probably don't have to test anything on this low voltage circuit. Once our RY coil gets power, our RY contacts should close. If there's no power at the contacts here, obviously work backwards. Check to see if this high limit's open. If these contacts close, we get 120 volts to the transformer and it steps it down to 24 volts. We will get 120 volts to the transformer. The module now will get 24 volts across red and yellow. As soon as we get 24 volts to the module, the igniter will then start sparking 24 volts to the gas valve immediately. We then get a 1 microamp signal from the flame sensor sent back on this black wire right here. And then the sparker will turn off. Alright, this is for our 120 volt igniter. So we're going to get 120 volts through the high limit onto, they have it here on L2. And then they have the neutral on L1, which is going right back to our incoming power. Okay, the next step now is the green LED will turn on. That indicates a call for heat. The relay coil will get power, which means we're going to get power through this relay and to our blower. So now our blower turns on. And at the same time, we're going to get power at our transformer. Next, our air pressure switch will prove. So if our blower motor's running, we're going to get 24 volts coming in our switch and out of our switch. And we're going to go up to terminal TH. Once we get power on TH, it's telling the module to start the sequence of operations for heating. So first thing it's going to do is send 120 volts to the igniter. It's going to send 120 volts to the igniter on terminals S1 and S2. 20 to 40 seconds later, 24 volts is sent to terminals MV2 and MV1, which is going directly to our gas valve. Our gas valve will then open. And then we're looking for 1 microamp on the flame sensor, which is part of the igniter. It is polarity sensitive, so if you reverse this, you will never get any flame sense. Once we get flame sense, the igniter will then turn off at that point.